I remember writing this back in about 1998 after my divorce, and I was sick, really sick. I was dying, as a matter of fact. So I wrote this, and it kind of tells me once in a while. I leave it on top of my dresser so I can look back and see where I was at that point in my life. It's probably not a very good poem, and it's just a reading actually, and but it tells me where I was and how just mentally fucked up I was, and who I was at that time after the divorce and losing my business and almost losing my life. How sad I was. This is called the sea and its souls. Therefore it becomes a form of descending grace. Dissipation is eminent and natural within the confines of what has been built. No sanity or goodness can withstand its tides. After all, no help has been given to brave men who stand firm on their beliefs against the sea and its tides. But like metal against tides, it's just wear of varying fibers and bonds, a dissipation of strength and goodness. Any male made of this iron can carry his beliefs and righteous beliefs only as far as his passion would allow. All in all, tenet and creed would eventually be worn down by the sea and its souls. Our eyes will see only strange females. Their hearts will see perverse things while they lay down in the midst of the sea and embrace the sea, and stricken by the sea, he will suit a soft prison, only to become a part of the tide which wears away the brass of the men of the sea. To the sound of I, likewise the sound of wood and nails and flesh. With outstretched arms, palms forward, his soul extends past the limits of grace, exposing his creations of flesh and soul with surnames of mother, daughter, and son. The tides break over his weakened body, and all is lost in the world of riptides and cruel undertows. He falls back in the mist, and no horizon is left. With age he has become the sea and its souls. Gives me an indication of where I've been, and gives me a little indication of the history of Mgtow and the history of men's rights. Like I said, I've been around here since on the internet around here since about 1998. I've seen a lot of things change. I've seen a lot of good come out of Mgtow. I don't know if Mgtow came out of that goodness that I seen. Men started waking up. I know where I was. Seems like ages and ages ago. It was. It was ages ago, I suppose. The world has changed since then. Mgtow has changed. Men's rights have changed. Just like to contemplate on all that pain that I was in once in a while, so I can see myself, see my growth. Mgtow has helped out a lot with that. It's given me a place in this world. Before that, I never considered I had a place. Just one of those guys in the sea, you know. I guess I seen at that time even that there was no sanity in what was happening to men. There was no help. There was no help at all for men that were hurt and sick and dying and homeless. I felt like an old metal rod that was stuck in a tide at a beach or something like that. Like I was wearing down, that there was nothing I could do about wearing down, And I was angry, really angry. I was angry at females in general for what was taken from me. Mostly, I had a cash value that was, I think it was $112,000, the cash value at that time of what was taken from me at the end. I seen a prison, this soft prison of marriage, how it was just a soft prison, and how it had worn me down. And at that time, I felt like I was doing something greater. I was a traditionalist. I was doing something better for humanity. I felt like Jesus Christ or something. But I just had to give in, and I just gave in. I gave up at a certain point. That was about the point where I gave up and I decided to fight at that point. I decided to make men's rights my rights, make men's rights my issues. Become part of that victim class that I so hate. I guess I was thinking about feminism and the waves of feminism as cruel tides and undertows. And I thought at that time there was no horizon. There was nothing. Men were, at that time, if you wrote something on the internet, you'd get viciously attacked by married men defending their families. There was this honor. And all these married men and men that wanted to be married, and traditionalists and feminists would just viciously attack you and have your stuff taken down. And I was quite a rager, I got to tell you. I held nothing back. All that stuff is gone now. You used to do boilerplates before that, and boilerplates, and you'd put your plate in, and then you'd add your text to it, and then you'd put another plate on the side to try to make it look professional. It was kind of hard work. It was I had the original Publisher Pro. It cost me like God. It was the only thing one of the only things I could take out of my marriage was a Publisher Pro, which just so happened to be in one of my boxes. At that time, I paid like $365 for it. It was on Unfounded, but it was so difficult to use. And I'd look at my traditionalist life with, like I said, surnames of mothers, daughters, and sons, and I was hurt. I couldn't see my kids anymore. And it was an awful pain that, along with my illness, and at that time, which led me to getting a divorce. I got sick, and my wife left me. I seen true hypergamy. Took the kids and that pain, and just being left to die. I was a useless male, had no utility left, and there was a lot of things in my life that were just wrong. After 25 years of work, you should have something left, and we see that so often. We just seen an article about a man that had 80% of his assets taken, left him homeless. That's the way I felt. Something wrong with the system. There's something wrong with the system. There's something wrong with the system, I kept shouting. And still we shout that out today, but in Mgtow we're just walking away. We're not enabling that system anymore. I could have went out and got married again, or I had a girlfriend for a little bit of time. She was murdered. I'll tell you that story. She decided to go out one night and betray me, and she got murdered. These things are worthwhile to fight for. Sometimes when I hear we're just walking away and we're not fighting anymore, I think about that, and I think, no, I'm still fighting. I'll fight right up to the end, because it's the only thing I really got anymore. And there's Mgtow and the fight. Only thing I had back then for several years. What was it? 17 years. The only thing I had was that fight, that anger. I changed, and I put that anger and I tucked it away, and I I made it a useful tool and raged out a lot, trying to impact men that I didn't know. So that's all I meant today. I'm just kind of having a nice day off here and kind of sitting around. Nobody's around, and the kids are away for Easter, so it's a quiet house today. And usually you can hear a baby screaming in the background, a young boy screaming. And the other one, he's in school, but they're something. They really are. So men, when you think all is lost, if anybody's out there that thinks all is lost, all is not lost. You can come back from anything. The human body is a magical, wonderful healing tool, and the mind can heal from anything. Thanks a lot, Mgtows. You have a good day.